to ICU. So we are group 2 that my name is Farel Geraldo Santosa.
My name is Emmanuel Lubis.
And my name is Rafida Fabliandi.
Alright, so the first one is the situation description. So the study case is talking about the patient has severe stroke with brain bleeding and brain hemorrhage. And then the condition after surgery is the stable condition, but he's still having a partial paralysis mid death. And then patient from surgery is transferred from the surgery department to the ICU. And then this transition is critical and requires accurate and then coordination. Why handovers matter? So the ICU team depends entirely on the information given during handover. If the information incomplete or unclear, so the treatment decision can be delayed or incorrect, and then the patient condition may be worsened. And then therefore handover must ensure complete the information, communicate clearly, and then no delay in action. And then the main problem, so handover is often done only verbally, without standard structure, without clear role responsibility, and then this leads to miscommunication, missing data, and then confusion between teams, and then because of that, we need an SOP. What is SOP? So SOP is the standard operation procedure. At the handover surgery, ICU is having a pre-handover that did by the surgery team. It's like verify patient, prepare summary, check equipment, notify ICU, and then the ICU preparation is parallel process. So when the surgery team doing the pre-handover, so the ICU preparation is like prepare the bed, monitor, assign staff, and then review the data. And then transfer process is the move patient, maintain monitoring, ensure no interruption. And then handover communication is explaining the condition, history, status, and then the telling what is the next action. And then the post handover is by the ICU team is reassess patient and then start the treatment and then putting all the complementation, and then the verification on control is checklist, double check, and confirm completion. System process, handover process is analyzed and the system process. So input is the patient and medical data, and then the process is transfer and communication. Output is the ICU and the patient is ready and healthy. And then the focus is on reducing error, improving coordination, ensuring smooth flow. And how to ensure the safety, patient safety is is continuous on monitoring, no gap on the treatment. Staff safety is using PPE, personal protective equipment, is using like acrylic protection, and then the mask, and then using the gloves, and then following all the procedure or the SOP, because the safety should be maintained at all every activity.
How to ensuring accuracy? On the slide, we want to explain how to communication and verify information during handover. Let me explain one by one. One, use a checklist to ensure compliance. What is checklist? It is the simple list of all important information that must be shared during handover. For example, patient names and age, diagnosis and service done, medications given need. Why is this checklist helpful? Because when are busy and hurry, we can easily forget something. And then confirm information use read back method. Second, we can recommend using the read back method. What is it? What is read back? It is the main person who repeats in the information repeats it back to person who give it. For example, the surgeon say the patient blood pressure is as you know, then say back. I heard you say blood pressure. The next combine verbal and written communication. Many handover are done only verbal. Just talking this is risky because people forget things.
Roles and distribution. Each medical professional has clear roles and responsibilities to avoid confusions. Its staff has clear responsibility. Is point one is surgeon. Surgeon has explained medical condition of the patient, and surgeon nurse has prepares document and tools about the patient and accident of the patient. And point three is transport team. Transport team has handle movement the patient to the hospitality, and ICU doctor has takes over decision of the patient, and ICU nurse monitor the patient was healthy and the condition of the patient. SOP before and during transfer the patient. Before the transfer patient, staff has the complete document about the patient and coordinated with ICU staff and prepare equipment. And during the transfer, the staff has monitoring closet and keep equipment safe and accompanied by the staff and hospitality. Next. SOP, SOP during the handover of the patient. The first of all, prepare with checking and monitoring the patient conditions. The medical teams must ensure the patient is stable by checking vital signs such as blood pressure, oxygen level, and level of the consciousness. And step two is communicate about the post-treatment medication. The surgical team must clearly convey information regarding the medications administered and follow-up treatment plans. And step three is update patient history document. All information regarding the patient condition and history must be fully recorded so that the ICU team can continue approach care about patient. Next. Risk and hazard handover. Risk and hazard is point one is medical treatment. Tools are limited to hazard, and the risk is the patient condition worse and the patient treatment time was delayed. As a result, with long the treatment duration due limit medical equipment, the patient condition is weakness. And point two is communication between staff is unclear. Mistake in risk is mistake in patient handling. uh, the impact and result in errors administering medicals and error in medical procedure to handling the patient. Number point two is messy layout of medical about hazard. The risk is work accident among medical staff. The can cause disruption of medical treatment and injury to medical staff in the risk. In point three. Next.
Reference insight with pit stop concept. On the slide, we take an example from a pit stop in a car race. In a pit stop, the team works with clear rules, fast, accurate, and well coordinated. We can use this idea from patient handover from sugary to ICU. By applying the pit stop concept, we can improve coordination between teams, reduce reduce delay, increase reliability. So every step you must know their job clearly, just like a pit stop crew. The conclusion, handover of stroke patient from sugary to ICU very important because it affects the patient's treatment. Without a clear procedure, especially if done only verbal, it can confuse communication, missing data, confuse between teams. That's why we need a SOP from preparation, transfer process, communication during handover, and final verification. That's all from our group. If there are any wrong words, please forgive us. Thank you.